What's up YouTube? It is Mr. Ferguson back once again here from Central North Carolina. I hope you're having a fantastic day today. Thank you so much for choosing to watch the video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoy it. We are talking fungus today. This is the time and the season that we really need to start paying attention to fungus attacking our fescue lawns. That is one of the biggest things that I learned from NC State when I took their, it was about a day-long course several months back. Actually, it was last year or year before, if I'm not mistaken. And the biggest thing between warm season grass like zoysia and Bermuda versus fescue and cool season grass is the fact that fungus is the biggest factor. And we have to treat our cool season turf with fungicides to be able to protect it, or we could lose everything that we planted back in the fall. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. The reason why we're talking about this topic is I actually think I have some fungus already developing here in mid-April in my lawn. I'll take you over here. I'll just show you what I'm talking about. And then we're just going to go over some facts about fungus. This is something you need to really pay attention to, because if you don't, it can actually cause you to lose most, if not the majority, of your lawn. So let me show you what I'm seeing that's prompting these thoughts in my head. So last night I was actually mowing, and I've been paying attention to a section right here in my side lawn. It is midday, it is very hot. You may even be able to tell this is some shriveled fescue over here. Been watering. Man, it's hot out here. But anyways, as I was mowing late yesterday evening, this looks like it could be some type of fungus outbreak right here. And so this is what has prompted this video. And I thought, hey, it's almost that time, ain't it? And you know, we're mid-April, moving into May here before too much longer. And fungus is a real thing that we have to deal with in our tall fescue lawns. And if you don't deal with it, your lawn will look hideous. You can lose your grass. All that money you put in for seed, all that time you put in for fall renovation can just be wasted if you don't treat the fescue with fungicides. So this is the one area I haven't seen anywhere else besides shriveled grass that's just super thirsty, like you can see right here in this strip right here. It needs water, but man, water is so expensive, and I've watered for 2 days and I'm taking a break from it. But this is when we start seeing some discolorization. I thought maybe this is from weed killer or something, but if you notice, one of the, you got to do some detective work. There's nothing else. I was like, okay, when's the last time I used weed and grass killer? It's been several weeks, many weeks. And I also don't see anything in the surrounding areas as far as footprints of where I may have tracked this, or where the sprayer may have squirted it out or something. So it really does seem like this could be the first sign of fungus. So let's go back to the back porch and let's go over some things that we need to remind ourselves about fungus, especially here in North Carolina. So when we first start recognizing, hey, this could be a spot of fungus in our lawn, we're sort of kind of a little late on it, because we actually need to have this on the lawn calendar, if you will, of mid-April moving into May is really when we want to start doing preventative fungicide applications to prevent fungus from ever even popping up. Now, if I'm seeing it, clearly that is obviously, if I've missed it, it's like, hey, fungus is real. We've got conditions that are favorable for fungus. It's time to act. And so I believe if you're in North Carolina and points, to the east and west, north, south, North Carolina, it's time to start thinking fungus and get that drilled in and start either preventing it, or if you got spots, to walk your lawn and begin to look at that. So I did go to ChatGPT. I'd like to lean on this for an opinion, right? And so it is knowledge base, and a lot of lawn care, it's just factual stuff that it's the same thing over and over and over again, right? We do our fertilization in fall. We do our fertilization in spring. We do our seeding in fall. We do our fungicides beginning in May. It starts to taper off towards August, September, when fungus starts kind of tapering off. We do our prodiamine in the fall if you want to prevent poa annua. We do our prodiamine in the spring if you want to prevent crabgrass. So it's kind of a repetitive thing, right? And so I like to lean on this, not so much for rates, like tell me the rates for velocity PM, like that I think we need to definitely double check that. But when you're talking about just generic, general lawn care information, I think something like ChatGPT, Grok, and other AI agents can be useful. So I asked it, fungus and fescue, when to start spraying fungicides in North Carolina and what causes it. So the answer it gave me back is fescue fungus in North Carolina is all about timing and conditions. If you get ahead of it, you win. If you wait until you see damage, you're already behind. So possibly if that is fungus, which I think it is, I could be sort of kind of behind, but only in one area. But there could be other places in my lawn brewing that maybe I can't see with the eye yet. In North Carolina, and it does give pictures, and I may post these, maybe not, but in North Carolina, especially around the Raleigh area, the big ones are brown patch, dollar spot, Pythium blight, and gray leaf spot. Now, brown patch, most common in summertime, so we have summer conditions currently as the time of this filming. Dollar spot, more spring and fall. So dollar spot can be more, I guess, in the transition, cooling into warm and then warm into cooling. Maybe that is the significance of dollar spot. Pythium blight, hot, humid, and fast moving. I think I've seen a lot of that, and not knowing what it was. Hot and humid is North Carolina through and through, and then it moves fast. So by the time you walk your lawn, if you're a couple weeks behind, it's already moving through and killing grass, and I've definitely dealt with that here in my grass and lost many lawns to it. I'm almost positive. When to start spraying? For tall fescue, North Carolina, preventative schedule, obviously, when temps are consistently above 65, we are blowing that out of the water. So that should have been probably 3 weeks ago, but we are definitely above it. Late April into early May for my location. Depending on where you live, your location could be totally different. For when you need to start fungicide treatments, preventative, and when you can wait. Further north you go, probably the later it's going to be. But right now, late April to early May is when we need to begin this in the North Carolina area, and that is me all day long, and I'm seeing that is correct because of that spot in my own lawn. We want to reapply every 14 to 21 days depending on the product. So for whatever reason, when we put down fungicide treatments, it only lasts up to 21 days, and you have to keep going every month, every 14 to 21 days, every 3 weeks at tops. And there's a lot of people that, you know, my dad is one of them. He don't do anything, and yet he has been hit with brown patch for, I think, 3 years straight now. And so he's finally seeing, okay, what is this? Like these brown circles just eat away at the grass and they look hideous. And then I give him some propiconazole. He puts that down heavily, and it sort of works and sort of don't. And now we got flies and they're annoying. Rotate fungicide classes to avoid resistance. That's exactly what I was going to say next before AI said it. This year, I'm going to try what I did last year, which is I'm going to do propiconazole first, put that application down. It covers a range of funguses and prevents and cure it. And then I'm going to do something like an azoxystrobin, which I'll do the following month, and it does a range as well. You can do these together. Doing them together over and over and over can cause your grass to get used to it, and the funguses can counteract it. So you want to use different products and rotate different ones in if possible. That's what I've learned, and that's what seems to work. If you wait until June when you see it, you're late for brown patch. That's been true for my father. He's waited. He likes to react to it when he sees it, not spending the money to do it preventatively. That's just how he is, and maybe there's some people out there similar to that. Curative, if you're already seeing it, apply immediately, use stronger rates, and water in systematic products if the label says so. Some of these products, you want it to sit on the blade, cure it, and it will grow out. Some of these, it may say water in. I don't know, different products, different rules. But we definitely want to use a stronger amount for curative rates to cure existing fungus than we do for preventing it. So make sure there's a preventative rate and there's a curative rate. I'm seeing fungus, I need to use the strong rate. I don't see anything right now, I can use the lower rates and save some of my product. Keep that in mind. What causes it? Heat and humidity, prime zone 80 to 90 degrees. That's where we've been living off and on for the past 2 weeks here. So that is why the fungus that I'm seeing in the side is not a shocker at all. plus warm nights. We have been in the 60s, so that also makes sense. NC summers, perfect storm. That is why in North Carolina, it is almost impossible to have a fescue lawn that looks decent year-round without fungicides. It's almost impossible. This is something you need to pay attention to. Excess moisture, watering in evenings is a no. Poor drainage, if you have poor drainage areas and it stores that water, that's bad for fungus. And also heavy dew staying overnight. That's something we can't really do anything about, right? But if we're watering in the evening, like someone recently in the comments said, I would advise you not to do that. Do it in the morning. And then during the day, it's going to either soak up in the plant or evaporate, and you don't have to worry about the fungus option. So be aware of that. But if your temperatures are still low at night, you're still in the 40s, in the lower 40s, like you're good. But as soon as you start getting them warmer days in the 80s and the 90s, you get them warmer nights, you do not want to water in the evening. Cut that off. Only in the day, only in the morning time. Too much nitrogen at the wrong time, pushing growth in late spring and summer makes grass soft and vulnerable. I've just seen this just naturally without anybody telling me anything about it. When I use too much fert and we have this warm streak that is dry, the grass shrivels up, it just negatively reacts to it. That's what I've seen. And so that's why I'm not doing any more nitrogen. It's just too dry and it's too hot. And so just let the grass naturally, let the 30-00 we've done run its course and to feed it. And then we'll just kind of go from there with maybe something like 7-00 with iron that will help green it up without pushing a lot of N. Thick or poor airflow in the lawn. We want to make sure overgrown or matted turf traps moisture. So if it's too long, above 4 inches, the grass can lay over, trap moisture, that can cause fungus. Shade and plus humidity combo, slower drying and a fungus playground. So the shade areas we talk about in the back that doesn't get a whole lot of airflow, or it is slower to dry out when you water, and it does, and you may water in the middle of the afternoon, but it doesn't get a lot of sun back here, and so that could set all day, all night. Fungus can develop on that, so be aware. Drier is better, but we also know that the grass in high dry weather, it also needs water, so we have to play those cards carefully and be smart. And then it goes over some other things. It talks about azoxystrobin, it talks about propiconazole, thiophanate, methyl, a solid systematic option. Best strategy, alternate azoxy and propiconazole every 2 to 3 weeks. Well, that's exactly what I said, and I hadn't even read that. And I'm not going to go over the rest of it. Late April, first preventative spray, it says, for a simple game plan. May to September, rotate every 2 weeks. Hot, humid stretch, tighten intervals to 14 days. So, and that's about all. And then it goes into, hey, I can do more stuff and give you rates and all that. But basically what it's saying is, if we have hot, dry weather like this, every 2 weeks, like stay on top of it if you can do that. If you're getting rain, you're not as hot, the temperatures are in the upper 70s, you're not that hot, you can stretch that bad boy out to 21 days and you should be fine. But the main point of this video is get your mind frame there. North Carolinians with fescue, with cool season grass, it's time. Don't let it creep up on you. Don't let this dry, hot, you're watering, you're trying to get water in the lawn. Maybe you're coming out and you're throwing water in the grass. You got the kids who are playing with a pool, in the grass, and you walk out and then all that water in a warm night, if fungus, go ahead and get your preventative apps down. I recommend propiconazole, I recommend azoxystrobin. We'll have links in the description below if you want to get that off Amazon, and alternate them. That's exactly what I'm going to be doing here very shortly. So just wanted to talk to you about that. I hope that helps. Hope that gives you a quick, low down, dirty explanation about fungus and fescue lawns and how to treat it, how to get ahead of it before we see it and we have a problem, and all of our hard work. And that's the main thing. All of the money you've already put into the lawn, if you need to invest into the fungicide program to be able to keep that in place so that all that grass don't go away. Then what are you going to do when the fall comes? When the fungus settles down, the temperatures come down, now you're buying all this grass seed. So where would you rather put your money? And trying to, that's the battle. We don't want to keep buying seed, keep buying seed. That's what I was in. I was letting the fungus kind of win, and I kept overseeding in the fall just to lose it in the summer. So I'm trying to invest more in the fungicides, and if we have a problem, to investigate what needs to go on there. So I hope that makes sense. Well, good morning, YouTube. This is several days, 3 or so days after everything you just saw. And I did want to throw in an update here. I did do an emergency propiconazole spray, and I just didn't film it. And so I did the curative rate, which would be roughly an ounce per 1,000 square feet, and did the entire property. So the area I showed you in the beginning of this video, actually I began to see more of that fungus developing over here. And again, we described all the areas where fungus can take place. We've got hot nights, and this area over here actually got a little bit bigger. And so with that concern, I went ahead and did some propiconazole. As you can see, I don't know if you can tell off camera, but a lot of that grass is dying off. It almost looked like an animal came and used the bathroom. But in other areas, like right here, for example, this actually wasn't here several days ago. I'm seeing some die off. And again, it's concerning. And so I'm, even after doing the propiconazole, I'm keeping my eye right now, even in this area that's laid down over here. And it may be hard to see on an iPhone, but I did want to tell you, number one, I immediately have put down my propiconazole. I'm like, okay, it is time to do it, because I'm seeing changes in the lawn. A lot of grass going to seed, but please take that seriously. I don't want you to lose all of your good grass. But also, it is very difficult right now to try to keep up with watering. It is so dry. We're hopefully got a 50% chance of rain tomorrow, so let's hope that a big gully washer comes and just soaks the ground. But I am seeing, this is the first area this year, these two spots right here, we've put down propiconazole. Now, if you know, we don't see much of a change here, you've really got to be paying attention, because I may need to do azoxystrobin here soon. That may be the solution for this type of fungus. I'm not sure what type of fungus this is. If you're dealing with Pythium blight, you need to water it in. If you're dealing with something on the leaf blade, you want it to stay on the leaf blade. So it can be challenging, and it can be difficult to diagnose that. So just be aware, fungus is breaking out, I do believe, here in North Carolina, and it's time to be preventing that in our lawn. So God bless you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I just wanted to throw this quick update in. It's still looking pretty decent. I've done a good job of keeping it hydrated, but man, we need some rain. So let's pray the Lord sends rain soon. God bless you. We'll try to mow this thing soon, and we'll see you next time.